There are so many things as humans that we don't really understand. There are mystic, magical, fated things, as well as otherworldly realms that we just can't comprehend unless it's through the journey of our own soul. I'm your host, Steffi, aka the Spirit Sis. I'm a psychic medium, astrologer, and intuition teacher, and I'm here to take you on an exploration of all things spiritual. I'm going to connect to source, give you divine downloads, and I want to keep you in the spirit loop. So here is the Psychic Scoop. Hi, my loves. Welcome to another episode of Psychic Scoop. I am your host, Steffi, aka Spirit Sis. I am an evidential psychic medium, an intuition teacher, and a professional astrologer, here to usher you, walk you through your personal spiritual awakening experience. It's a pleasure to see you in this new year, 2023, even though we all know the astrological new year happens in the spring equinox. So I'm still in hibernation mode. We're still going through a little bit of this retrograde period with Mercury and with Mars. Things are going to be really kind of shifting and moving into March. If you need a refresher, please listen to my latest podcast episode that goes all through the nitty-gritty, the forecast for 2023. But as you know, or if you are a first-time listener, or if you're a long-time listener, all of my podcast episodes are channeled. They are spirit-led. So I listen to my intuition and I pay attention to signs and signals from spirit about what the collective needs to hear. Sometimes that means bringing on a guest speaker. Sometimes that means me just riffing in a solo episode like today. And the topic I'm going to be talking about today was super, super crystal clear, which is crazy because lately I've just been in this fog, in this haze. And this was the one thing I was like, oh, okay, spirit, loud and clear. So I'm going to be talking about spirit babies, but also in general, I'm going to be talking about astrological sign of kids. You as a kid, if you're planning on having a kid, or if you already have a kid, it just kept on coming to me. And not to brag, but I will humble brag. I predicted my friend's sister's baby to the exact day, and that was a few days ago. But she was really worried about having her kid early because she was having like Braxton Hicks and all of this. And her family called me, I think sometime in like late November, and they said, when is she going to have the baby? You know, we don't really know. She's not due till mid-January. And I just said, it's January 3rd. Don't worry about it. I completely forgot. And of course, my friend Erica calls me and she's like, gosh, I hate how you're always right. My sister's in labor and she just and then eventually had the baby on January 3rd. That is the fun part about being a psychic is being able to help my family and friends. It doesn't always go down like that. Like I'll have friends calling me crying, being like, is he the one? I feel heartbroken. And I'm like, girl, I'm just your friend at this point. I took off the psychic hat long ago. I am too emotionally involved in your personal life to give you advice from a psychic perspective. But that doesn't stop my friends. And I've also just been really thinking a lot about if I want to have kids. I'm 34 years old. I've always imagined as a Cancer sun, right? Having a family, a big family. I've talked about it with my partner, and we are just fence sitters. I don't know if it's this Pluto Scorpio generation, us millennials. A lot of us are deciding that not having kids is going to be our choice. And you're not defined by if you want to have kids or if you don't want to have kids. I know it was a lot different in the older generations, and there was a lot of pressure to have kids. Personally, as a woman or a uterus owner, I think there are sometimes just like conditioned things that we have to believe in, and that, you know, you have to have kids by a certain age and things like that. So definitely there are days where I wake up and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I want to have kids. And there are other days where I'm like, I could absolutely not ever want a kid. So I, like anything else, seek to my intuition and my guides and see if it's in my path and in my journey to have a child. And I've heard from several psychics and mediums and things that I will have kids, but it's just so funny when you look at yourself, and I try to give myself messages or try to channel for myself. Like I'm so blocked, which I think is very common for psychics because if we knew everything, including our own path, it wouldn't be fun. We wouldn't be having a human experience. It's fun to see foreshadowing and insight into other people's lives, but the perspective is a little hazy in our own. So, yeah, I've been on the fence, but I will say I have heard the term spirit babies quite a bit. And this means that your baby will start communicating with you before they come to Earth. And I've channeled many babies who have passed and many babies who were either terminated or miscarried. And I will say that the soul is very strong still. It doesn't matter what age the baby was. Even if there was a on TikTok Live a few weeks ago, I channeled a little baby that was 6 weeks old when she passed, and she had very specific messages for mom to help her through the grieving process. And she said, "I'm going to come down again. This time I'm going to be a boy, but it'll be in 2 years." So it's just really fascinating when I think about the journey of souls and reincarnation and just how things lay out. But anyway, without me babbling on, I've heard of a lot of people getting foresight of the babies coming to them in dreams or hearing different names or really focusing in on a TV show, a certain name. And that could very well be your baby communicating with you. And obviously, there's a lot of people that get pregnant without trying, or they try for a very long time. And it's always a specific karmic journey for each individual. And this doesn't matter what gender you are or what gender you associate with. Having kids is, and bringing humans into the world is a big responsibility. So, I was just kind of fooling around. And because I know so much about astrology, it's almost like a blessing and a curse because I know a lot about the characteristics of each zodiac sign. And I was thinking in my head, okay, if I want a Pisces baby, when will I get pregnant? And there was like barely any information, a calculator online to try to like see what time I could get pregnant and then what the baby zodiac sign would be. So I decided, you know what? This is a great podcast episode. And even if you're not thinking about having kids, it's really good to listen because you were a kid at one point and you have a zodiac sign, something we all have in common. So these are characteristics that you needed as a child. So listen for yourself. Listen for if you have kids, listen for if you want future kids, or listen to, if you are a cool aunt, a cool uncle, listen for your nieces and nephews, or maybe your godparent. I think this is just valuable information for anyone that wants to seek out this journey, but it has been a channeled message. So it has to be on the collective's mind because, of course, it's on my mind. And I've been thinking about it quite a bit, but I keep getting messages from spirit to communicate this. So that's where I'm going to go with this episode. And hopefully you enjoyed that, all of that little rant I just did. I also want to just say thank you again for listening to the podcast or subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting out a lot more fun content in 2023 and different content on both platforms. So please check that out. And if you haven't yet, I really appreciate you leaving a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts. That really does help spread the love, spread the channeling and the messages to the collective. And if you share it with a friend or post it on your socials, I just will repost and show my gratitude. And just in general, I really, really appreciate that. So, on with the show, I'm going to be going through all of the 12 zodiac signs, and I'm going to be talking about the traits of the baby or the child and what you can expect when you have that zodiac child. And then I will tell you what months to get pregnant or to conceive if you're thinking about having a baby during that time. And something to note about all of the conception dates is that every single individual pregnancy is different. And most importantly, a child will choose to come down when it's supposed to come down. That's why some kids are born 3 weeks late or 3 weeks early or a month early or a month late. Sometimes you can plan as much as possible, but spirit finds finds a way and karma finds a way to give you whatever child that you will need for your experience as well. So even though those dates are just kind of ballparks, remember there are cusps, and the cusps are usually on the 21st or the 22nd of the month. I said them on the 25th, but again, that's why I said ish after everything, because I have no idea when the conception will happen in between that month, but you do have a month of grace period. So there you go. There's my little disclaimer for the conception date. So don't come at me if you end up with an Aries baby when you wanted a Taurus, or if you end up with a Cancer and wanted a Gemini, or you get a Leo when you thought you got a Cancer. Just know that the exact baby that you get is exactly what's meant to be. First and foremost, we're going to start with the babies of the zodiac, the Aries children. Now, Aries children and babies will love active and direct communication. They don't need a lot of fluff. They need to hear it how it is. So if you're disciplining an Aries child, you got to be really firm with those boundaries because they will probably push it. But as a baby, they're going to be really happy go lucky. They're going to be active. And for the most part, they're going to have a lot of confidence and they're going to be dynamic. Now, with Aries babies, they really do like to be social and they love the outdoors. So, as soon as they can safely go outside and start exploring, I highly recommend going on walks, either in the stroller or when they get old enough to walk, letting them explore playgrounds and things like that. And I know every child likes that, but for an Aries babies, it's very important because they're ruled by Mars. It rules the physical body. They really have to understand how their body works. I wouldn't be surprised if an Aries baby explores their body, looks at their hands or their feet, and they really try to understand the mechanics of how their body works. They're usually pretty far ahead when it comes to walking because they cannot wait to get up and explore. And Aries babies can be dramatic if they don't get what they want. They can stick their heels in, they can scream, they can wail, they can be emotional. That comes part, of course, with having an Aries child. They are independent and they like things the way they like things, but they're very brave. They'll try new things. You can experiment with different foods, different communication styles. They're very adaptable. And like I said, they're just an action packed, dynamic, fun, direct child and baby. If you want to have an Aries child, I would say to conceive in between June 26th and July 26th. Again, this is so circumstantial. Your baby will most likely choose when it's going to come down. But anyway, if you're thinking about getting pregnant at that time, you might have an Aries baby. And also, Aries babies will grow up to be really strong and role model leader types. So continue to encourage their autonomy and their decision making and their opinions because that's where they're really going to shine. They're a fire sign, they're ruled by Mars. They have to really enjoy and be passionate about what they're doing in life. And you have to encourage that within them. If you have or are wanting to have a Taurus baby, you will have to do things slow and steady. Taurus children really do take their time. They survey the scene around them and they want to make sure that everyone is doing their part. And they like to really deliberate before making any big decisions. Also, Taurus babies, they love cuddling, they love sensual touch, and they love napping. So if you have a Taurus baby, they'll probably really, really enjoy their sleep. Now, Taurus babies also, this is so cliche, but moisturize that baby. I mean, I know all babies need to be moisturized, but like give them the luxury skincare products, right? Like put on that, lather on that nice silky, give them a little spa day, right? Put them in the bubble bath, give them a little scalp massage, rub their hands and feet. They're going to absolutely love that. They're very tactile and they love sensations. Also, Taurus is ruled by Venus, but it also rules the body, the throat. and the mouth. So Taurus babies will like to stick things in their mouth, and they'll be like very fascinated with mouth things. So pacifiers, bottles, things like that. Again, that could go for any baby, but Taurus babies tend to like, maybe I would say, not get out of the habit quickly when it comes to like mouth and tactile things of the mouth. So just to be aware of that, but they will always want soothing things in their throat or in their mouth. It's just like a comfort mechanism for them. Now, they love routine, and getting out of a routine will throw a Taurus baby or a Taurus child for sure. They're stubborn. They like to do things in their own time, and they really do enjoy food. And they will experiment with different types of food. But if they like something, just stick with it. If it's something they enjoy, stick, stick, stick. They'll eventually get out of the picky eating phase. But when it comes to like early childhood, a Taurus baby will like the things they like and not like the things they don't like. So definitely stick to that. Stick to loveys, cuddles, sensuality, and know that a Taurus baby is slow and steady and deliberate. If you want to have a Taurus baby, conception dates are July 25th to August 25th ish. I'm saying ish for all of these because it's not a sure thing. Every single experience in pregnancy is different, but that is the conception ish dates. Okay, Gemini babies. So, Gemini babies are ruled by Mercury, and so they are very communicative and chatty. They'll probably start mumbling or using their voice early. They will definitely want you to communicate. Talk it out with them. Talk all the time. That's how they learn. They process information through their brains and their intellect because they are Geminis, and they're very social. So even if they're the womb, like I said, start talking to them. Now, Geminis love to play with their hands because that's what rules that part of the body. So give them anything to, I guess, like rattles or anything that has noise, piano strokes. I don't know what baby toys there are right now, but anything, puzzles are really good for them. Anything that will use their brain and their hand and eye coordination together is going to be a really good thing for your Gemini child or Gemini baby. And I think I would just say keep them occupied and stimulated, because sometimes with Gemini placements and it's ruled by Mercury, they can tend to get a little on the nervous, anxious side. So it's important to keep them mentally stimulated. Read books to them, or if they're starting to read, just really kind of drill in that vocabulary and that communication and that constant stimulation. Also, they really do like technology. They will probably like their screens. I mean, I know, I don't know what exactly you want to do with your kids, but they're probably going to be drawn to screens. It's just a Gemini thing. Let it happen. And they're very curious. So they'll constantly be wanting to explore and learn. If you want to have a Gemini baby, August 25th through September 5th are the conception ish dates. Cancer baby. I was a Cancer baby. I know a thing or two about Cancer babes. So, Cancer babies and water sign babies in general, they really need a secure attachment style. I mean, every baby does, but I've found as adults and with my clients that water sign babies are just so sensitive, and any small change in a system, a parental system, or the way that they're taken care of can definitely rattle them till very late in their life. So if you have a Cancer baby, they absolutely love to be nurtured, and they love snuggles and cuddles and loveys. They do love soft things like soft blankets. They love stuffies, anything that has just this like comfort, they will really, really, really enjoy. And I would recommend cooking with them. Cooking with them. I mean, even if they get old enough to start assisting, They will like to help mom or dad. They're a little bit attached to mom though, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's feminine. It rules mom in the chart. So I can see Cancer babes getting really attached to mama, or I could even see Cancer babies wanting to be like the mother of the family, or if they have like stuffed animals or babies. And this doesn't matter what gender your child is, it's still going to happen. They're very sweet to either younger siblings or older siblings, but they also are very sweet. They have like a certain way they want things in their room. And I would say, like, putting on music, TV, anything that just really comforts them will be fantastic. And just really emotionally seeing them, because they will be moody. I hate saying moody for cancers because it's just like so stereotypical, but cancers have ups and downs and they're really sensitive. And so that gentle style of parenting, of just kind of seeing them as they are and meeting them halfway, I think that's going to be really helpful for any cancer babe. For the most part, they are pretty easy as long as they are, I guess, securely attached. If they cry, get them what they need. This again, this could go for any baby, but cancers can really feel the energy of the room shift. They can feel what's going on psychically with mom. And so it would just be really important to nurture those relationships and dynamics in family, because Cancer does rule the family. Cancer babies love water, and Cancer children. So lots of long baths to soothe, splashing water, any water like tactile things are really good for a Cancer babe. Going close to the ocean or the water, putting their toes in the water, also really helpful. Cancer babies are very, very, very nostalgic. So please take lots and lots of photos of them as they are children, because they will be looking back at those photos for years and years to come. And that is a very important part of their journey here. If you want to have a Cancer baby or child, you can conceive anytime between September 25th to October 25th ish. Leo babies and children. Leo babies are pretty easy. They're pretty energetic and playful. They love meeting new people because they love attention. Again, I hate to do the stereotypical thing, but Leo babies do love seeing new faces and meeting new people. They're very smiley, giggly, anything that just kind of brings up that like fun little excitement. They love to play games, like if it's like a peekaboo situation, hide and seek, any type of children games. I'm like trying to think right now for actual babies, but even as children, they'll definitely love any types of games. And they will love TV, they will love music, they will love any creative exercise. So getting them when they're a little older to draw, to paint, to play music or listen to music is going to be really helpful. Now, Leo babies are pretty proud. They definitely want to do things in their own time. So even if they have like older siblings, they'll definitely want to beat to their own drum and do their own thing. They'll be excited to maybe mimic like an older sibling, or to do things on their own, or do things like mom and dad. But they might also just not tell or show a sign of distress if it's happening, because they are too proud. I feel like I've seen that quite a bit with Leo babies. Like they could literally fall down and like be bleeding out, and they'll be like, I'm fine. You're like, are you sure? You might need stitches. And the Leo baby's like, I don't want to talk about it. So anyway, definitely pay attention to your Leo babe if they show signs of struggle. Again, they're just sweet little laughable babies, and make sure to give them the amount of attention that they need if they want to perform or speak. I mean, obviously within your limits and your own sanity, but definitely let a Leo baby be who they are and be authentic with who they are, and encourage their creativity as much as possible, using their voice, using their gifts. And that's going to make a Leo baby very happy and successful. If you want to have a Leo babe, you can conceive anytime from October 25th to November 25th ish. Virgo baby. So, Virgo babies and children are very smart. They can be quiet, but they are also sociable. So Virgos can run the gamut. They are ruled by Mercury, but it is an earth sign. So they do tend to have like a really good structure and routine. They definitely will want that because it does rule in the zodiac structure and routines. So they probably don't want to stick too far off a schedule. And they also will want to be eating very healthy, nourishing foods. Even as a child, starting early with that is going to be a good thing. Um, they also really love to help others. So even as a baby, they will be trying to just like help you out, assist you. As a child, they'll definitely want to be of service because that is what a Virgo does. But they definitely like their tasks. So keep their room orderly in some way, little to no clutter. Don't even put a lot of things in a Virgo's room. They will tell you what they want in their room. But I would definitely just have like books and a few toys, but keep it simple and keep it clean. Also, for a Virgo baby, if you wanted to have some sort of plant or flower or something living in their room, that actually is a great thing for a Virgo. They really do love house plants, even as a baby. I mean, obviously, make sure it's safe for the environment or in your home. Babies love, things from the farmer's market. And again, like it's really about routine, structure, eating, and health and sociable, meeting new friends, and they do things their own way. So a Virgo child will most likely tell you how they want to be nurtured and loved. They'll probably state their boundaries, or it'll be very obvious with even nonverbal communication about what they like and don't like. So definitely stick to that. If you want to have a Virgo babe, you can conceive anytime between November 25th and December 25th ish. Libra babies, they are ruled by Venus, and it also rules the part of the zodiac sign that loves to have interpersonal close connection and intimacy. So Libras love people. They'll love everyone in their family. They'll love meeting new people, and they will just be very lovable and balanced. Most of the time, Libras are pretty peaceful, but every now and then they do like to, start a little chaos and drama just to like figure out where everyone stands. I don't know if I would call it manipulative, but babies can be manipulative too, or children. I don't know. I don't really know how it works, but I feel like a Libra will know how to work their family very early, very early on. They will understand the dynamics, they will understand where everyone stands, and they will definitely work the system. They're usually pretty calm and they want their environment to be calm. For the most part, they're pretty easy babies and children. Obviously, it depends on their rising, their moon signs, but I would encourage your Libra baby or Libra child to have opinions, like pointing at things that they like or really deciding what they want and having them make the decision because they are so quote unquote stereotypical but indecisive. It's important to get their ideas and opinions right away, straight away. Like, this is you. This has nothing to do with me. I'm not influencing you. So, really let them be their own authentic self without you kind of coercing them into anything, which is hard because obviously, if you are a guardian of a small baby, they're going to be influenced by you no matter what you do. Like, they have no control. But Libra babies definitely will, they'll blend in, and sometimes it's hard for them to like find their deep motivation or purpose or things that they like when they're trying to either like be a part of the crowd or they want to be well liked or whatever. So definitely encourage them to be an individual and also take lots of pictures of a Libra baby. Taking pictures of them and like their little outfits is going to be really important for them later in life. So dress them really cutely. Go to the Baby Gap or whatever. I don't know where they have like cute baby clothes, but and I don't even know if it's expensive or not, but definitely dress them in something that's somewhat fashionable because later in life they will definitely thank you for that. If you want to have a Libra babe, you can conceive anytime between December 25th and January 25th. Scorpio baby and Scorpio children. Now, I tend to see Scorpio babies being pretty introverted and shy sometimes at first. just because a Scorpio likes to gather all information before they make a decision, and it rules Pluto, and Pluto is very secretive and mysterious. So a Scorpio baby can definitely keep things hidden, can keep things secretive. So I would introduce people very slowly into a Scorpio's life. They will need to know the basic people that are in their family. And then slowly and surely, you can start slowly introducing them to people in the outside or extended family. But a Scorpio baby or child will probably not want to be surrounded by a bunch of people right away. Attachment, again, with the water sign babies, I'm going to just keep repeating this, but it's attachment theory is very important. They will feel deeply the energy of the room from as early as being a day old. So definitely be very sensitive to them and their environment and who they will surround themselves with. And they're very strong willed. And they also very much love animals. So if you have a Scorpio baby or a Scorpio child, I would encourage them either interacting with a family pet or maybe reading books about animals, or just watching videos of animals that will really calm their spirit. I've always said this, I've said it before in many other podcasts, but Scorpios have a divine connection to animals or any Scorpio placements if you're a Scorpio rising or Scorpio moon. So definitely, I would encourage them because sometimes they might have like some deep fears of animals too. It's so crazy. It can go the opposite way where like a Scorpio child could be really scared of animals or dogs or bugs or things like that. So introducing animals at an early age will actually be really good for them and for their spirit. And Scorpios can at times not be the best sharers in the classroom. I used to be a preschool teacher, so I saw a lot of Scorpio children either pinch or be bossy or not play well with others at first. But again, it's because they need to get really comfortable with a human being before they let them in. And Scorpios are, for the most part, very sweet, sweet children. Again, though, very sensitive to their surroundings. If you want to have a Scorpio babe, you can conceive anytime between January 25th and February 25th. Sagittarius babies and Sagittarius children. They are going to be funny and goofy. They're an air side ruled by Jupiter. Sagittarius people in general have very easy, well mannered temperaments. They can definitely be sometimes like avoidant or flaky or just kind of not all there at some points of their life. But that might just be a front because they really do know what's going on. But Sag babies are super loving and fun and friendly, but they love to use their imagination. So, definitely encouraging dress up. They are mutable and they're adaptable. So a Sag baby actually does really well with a changing schedule. They're on the go, they can easily adapt and travel with you or, whatever environment they're thrown in, a Sagittarius will probably love the change of scenery. So if you're thinking about having a baby, but you really want to travel the world, definitely aim to have a Sag baby because you could put a Sag baby on your back and travel globally and it will be like the best experience for them. But Sagittariuses do love humor, lightness, keeping things bright, easy, fresh. They can definitely rebel a little bit. It is a fire sign. They're always going to kick back just a touch. But I don't know. I really do want to say like that having adaptability and easiness is going to be helpful. Obviously, like abide by a structure. Like children love structure, but if you're going to like have little spontaneous moments in there, a Sagittarius baby will very much like that. So yeah, encourage them to use their imagination, to make up stories, to talk to them in stories, to use humor and laughter and funny faces. A Sagittarius baby will definitely love that. If you want to have a Sagittarius babe, you can conceive anytime between February 25th and March 25th. Capricorn babies and Capricorn kids. they are going to be ancient souls. If they incarnated as a Capricorn, they already have lived probably many lives before this one. So sometimes Capricorn babies can even come out like all wrinkled and stuff. Like they just look like old women or old men. And it's very sweet. Capricorn babies are shy, they're a little more reserved. They definitely will be a practical baby. Does that even make sense? A practical baby. No, they will definitely take in the scene and decide if it's worth their time, energy, or if they will want to go back to sleep. Capricorn babies are really chill babies, honestly. They won't have a ton of fuss, but they will definitely be a little stubborn in their ways as they get a little older. I've noticed a lot of Capricorn toddlers will really kind of run the show in their households. I think because of that old life, I don't know, dynamic that they have. And because Capricorn is just kind of like ruled by Saturn, they're disciplined. Like they will definitely listen when they're told to do something, but they will also want in return to make the rules and make their own rules. So I've seen Capricorn babies boss around their parents quite a bit, but I've also seen Capricorn babies be like very attentive and loving and caring. They're very goal oriented. So having rules and structure is good for a Capricorn baby. And then also talking about future plans, future dreams, you know, keeping them in the loop about what's going on and having a more routine day is going to help a Capricorn baby because of that Saturn-esque energy they have, right? They do need a little bit of focus, determination, and goals to get things done. Capricorn babies are also wise beyond their years. They will often be told, "Oh my gosh, you're so mature for your age." And they will graciously accept that, especially as they're kids. They're just going to be very well behaved, well mannered kids. And they truly do like that. And they will be very successful in their life if they continue to focus on their dreams and their goals. They love uh, all all sorts of activities and games and things. Like they are really well balanced. And I think you could, whatever you throw at a Capricorn baby, even if it's like a little bit of a curveball, I think they can adapt pretty well. But I definitely think having more of a routine and a structure for a Capricorn baby is going to be like the most helpful, especially how you're showing up as a guardian. I think that's going to be something that is going to to either challenge you or be really easy for you, but definitely Capricorn baby needs that consistency. On a Capricorn baby, I would conceive anytime between March 25th and April 25th ish. Aquarius babies and Aquarius kids. Now, it's difficult to pinpoint what one single Aquarius baby or kid will be like because it's ruled by Uranus, and that means one thing and one thing alone: unpredictability. Every single Aquarius comes with their own flair, their own design, their own eccentric being. So if you have an Aquarius baby, or if you were an Aquarius baby, or if you're having an Aquarius kid, whatever, it's all under the same umbrella, you probably had a unique experience that was just your own. Aquarius babies usually take the lead in their families. They definitely will march to their own beat and their own drum. And that is just the way it is. I have some friends that have Aquarius babies and they will just do the funniest, craziest out of pocket things. And the parents will be like, I did not think that would happen, but I'm just going to follow their lead and just roll with it. And that's pretty much the Aquarius MO. They're goofy, they're weirdos. Just encourage an Aquarius baby to be as out of pocket and weird as they can be because that is their birthright, right? Aquarius babies are super social. They absolutely love to meet new people. But then they also have a side that might be shy and might be overwhelmed by too many people. Again, it's just different depending on their rising and their moon sign. Later in life, as kids, Aquarius babies do need to be put in a lot of group activities. So if you want to put them in like a soccer club, or if they want to go to daycare, send them as early as they can because Getting them socialized early is going to be the key to success to any air sign, but especially Aquarius, because they work well with others and they work well in groups. And Aquarius babies can be stubborn. I mean, I've said stubborn for a few of these, but Aquarius babies are so independent and autonomous that they will definitely push back at their parents to do their own thing. So it's like if your Aquarius baby wants to wear a skirt over pants and snowsuit and wear, a sun hat when it's like 20 degrees out, just roll with it, or obviously keep your boundaries, but they're definitely going to push back on your limits a little bit, but that's what they're supposed to do as Aquarius is. So just let it happen, obviously within your own limits and your discipline in what you want to do. But I don't know, whenever I think of Aquarius babies, I think of like main character energy. They think they're the main characters, they want to be the main characters. A lot of times they are the main characters, right? So definitely know that they will do things in their own time, and to have a great communication going with your Aquarius baby so they understand the rules. They want to rebel against rules, but make sure that they do understand that you're the boss, not them. If you want an Aquarius baby, you can conceive anytime between April 25th to May 25th ish. Last but certainly not least is a Pisces baby. Pisces babies are going to be very sweet. They're going to be sensitive and they're going to be impressionable. So they're going to pay attention to whatever guardian is watching them. They're going to pay attention to what they are doing and probably mimic or match the energy of that guardian. So they are very sensitive as a water sign to light, sound, texture. So a Pisces baby will probably like a dark out room with a fan going, with like certain types of blankets. They like their certain things. Again, it's just more like creature comfort things. This goes for a lot of the water sign babies. They just are more sensitive to environment. But a Pisces baby is ruled by Neptune. So I wouldn't be surprised if Pisces babies are fresh off of another life and they will channel and remember, be little psychic kids. That's not uncommon for a Pisces baby or a Cancer baby, really, to start channeling quickly. Now, sleep is very important for a Pisces baby or a Pisces newborn. They will need more sleep than normal because they're ruled by Neptune. It's just kind of like a little bit otherworldly. So they do need to, at the beginning of their life, go back and forth to the spirit realm and here. So they will probably be connecting to their other lives in their dream world. And that's what makes them feel calmer. So when they are awake and they're happy, just make sure that you are really expressing their imagination. And I think I already said it, but their environment is very important. Play some music, soothing music, different types of music. Pisces are very connected to music. So you can definitely play around with different genres. You can also stimulate them with different colors. So if you have like ribbons that you want to like show the colors of the rainbow, or cloud formations, or cosmos, things like that, a Pisces will be very much in tune with those things. The Pisces babies will probably be emotional or just need a little more attention. But they're sweet babies and they definitely will be intuitive and enjoy their time at home. Pisces tend to be, I don't want to say like introverted, but they definitely do like their time away to kind of be in their own thoughts and feelings and to daydream. So definitely encourage their imagination as much as possible. And for the Pisces baby, you could conceive anytime between May 25th and June 25th. Yeah, I know I kind of breezed through those, and I know it was kind of a sweeping generalization. Every single child is going to have different needs and wants depending on the environment they're raised in, their guardians, and also other environments that sometimes we can't control. But knowing the characteristics of what your baby is like and what they need, definitely dive into that, because I think that can really truly help you and assist you when you are trying to rear a child. I will say my mom was always very adamant about my zodiac sign growing up. And she was like, you're always a water baby. You've always been a water baby. She gave me crystals. She encouraged my intuition, which I'm really thankful for. And I always grew up knowing I was a Cancer, and I always related really closely to that. And I think it really helped me understand who I was. Then when I found out I was a Cancer rising, I was a double Cancer, I was like, no wonder. Like I doubled down on that karmically. But I don't know. I think it is a beautiful gift to use this or any other modalities, right? Like human design is also another thing you should definitely look into for your baby. And at the end of the day, you are going to just do your best with what you're given and your emotional state at that time. You have to take care of yourself and also look into your own astrology as a parent or as a guardian and what that might look like, right? If you are a Virgo mom, if you are a Pisces dad, if you are a Libra godparent, that all will make a difference in how you also meet the child or the baby. I used to be a preschool teacher, again, very Cancerian. And I will say, just noticing the difference between the zodiac signs and how they play with each other, how I used my tactics to speak with them made a huge difference. So, hopefully, this episode was insightful and playful and gave you some hints and tips and tricks. If you want to connect with me further, you can find me on my website, spiritsis.com, on Instagram at spirit_sis, or TikTok, Spirit Sis. I love you so much. Thanks for being here and can't wait to connect with you again very soon. Bye bye.